Aaron Garcia and Sacha Van Bosch on the front row. Clement Outram and Thibaut Ramakers from Hugo Martiniello and Noah Montero. Henry Jocelyn and Adrian Ferrer from Leo Robinson and Macaulay Bishop. Hugo Manias and Cameron Pratt-Thompson. Raoul Thenthaden and Hugo Marti from Sandro Perez and George Nassar. Andrea Dupé and Tiziano Cugnini from Cahal Clark and Jules Caranta. Colin Cronin and Dylan Visser from Eloan Bianame and Daniel Dalakian. Mark Granada and Vic Stevens. Oliver Stilp and Avril Sacha. Then Morgan Moore and Pedro Cachada. Hugo Latour and Matthijs Messaoud. Ben Smith, Marius Barryberg, who will not start, unfortunately. Bas Vidald and Raul Martinez. So as the contenders line up in position, there are going to be 35 of the 36 proposed starters. Get well soon to Marius Barryberg is the message from us all. As we're rather hoping that his recovery is a swift one after an incident yesterday. He suffered a light arm injury. Hopefully he will be back soon in the IAME Euro Series paddock. He has time to recover before Marienborg, the second round in May. So hopefully we will see him there. The drivers swarm from side to side, trying to get temperature into the tyres and brakes. And it will be a really exciting and ferocious duel right from the get-go. Aaron Garcia in front of Sacha Van Bosch and Clement Outram from the grid. Thibaut Ramakers will be there on the second row as well. And then Hugo Martiniello, Noah Montero, Henry Jocelyn and Adrian Ferrer. Leo Robertson and Macaulay Bishop are going to make a play for this. There's no two ways about it. They will be a threat, and they are going to push. So we will see a fascinating duel for the victory in the Junior X30 final. They all have a chance of getting there. It's ultra competitive in this category. So we'll have to see if Aaron Garcia, the local favourite for this one, can hang on to the lead in the MDC Racing Berrela. Sacha Van Bosch flying the flag for the Netherlands on the front row of the grid. Taking up residence, pretty much where he always took up residence in the IAME Euro Series, at the front. In the minis last year, now he's at the front in juniors, just a year later. Clement Outram and Thibaut Ramakers also coming up from mini. The VDK Racing teammates. Then Martiniello, Montero, Jocelyn, Ferrer, Robinson, Bishop, Manias and Pratt-Thompson. This could be a very exciting start. They come down the tram lines. Lights out. Now. Down to the first corner. Garcia gets a good run. And he's going to get pressure right from the get-go from Clement Outram and Hugo Martiniello. They run up to turn 2. And as they go through the right-hander, the conflagration is a little bit tight in the juniors, but everybody gets through turn 2, up to 3 and into the hairpin. Sacha Van Bosch has consolidated in second place behind Aaron Garcia. No problems for the leader, he's well gone. But Hugo Martiniello has moved into third place provisionally as he gets pressure and challenge already from Outram and Jocelyn. Outram cannot sustain third for the moment. Hugo Martiniello holds it. Henry Jocelyn with a good start, and he's making a move already on the inside. P4. Henry Jocelyn gets past Clement Outram, who's now going to get some support from his teammate, the Belgian Thibaut Ramakers, as they run up the top of the hill. Looks like we've had a couple of offs on the exit of turn 4. And it looks like one of them is Oliver Stilp, unfortunately. So that is a race for time already, as the VDKs are under threat now from Adrian Ferrer. Ferrer trying to get past Ramakers, and round the outside he holds it. Brilliant from Adrian Ferrer. There is the first retirement. That is Oliver Stilp walking away. What a shame. So Aaron Garcia leads by 0.8 of a second already as Outram gets back on terms with Henry Jocelyn and gets up into 4th position. So the race battle for Junior X30 has got underway in earnest, and Outram is back into 4th ahead of Jocelyn. Some good dueling going on for the drivers behind them. Have we got more problems coming out of turn 4? Looks as though it's going to be a tight race in the midfield. Lots of drivers trying to make up progress and make an overtake or two. It will not be easy, as on the inside line, they battle through turn 7. Leo Robinson trying to make up ground, having fallen to 9th behind George Nassar. But your leader is Garcia, 2nd Van Bosch, 3rd Martiniello. Can Aaron Garcia hold on to this for the entirety of the race and come through for the victory? It'll be a really tough battle for him as he comes through, but he's got pressure from Van Bosch, Martiniello and Clement Outram. Across the line and into turn 1. Clement Outram doing an absolutely incredible job as he battles away into the first corner and into turn 2. Outram gets in onside Martiniello. Martiniello is defending and he holds the place. Again, Outram goes for it into turn 4, and this time the move is made. Meanwhile, Sacha Van Bad Bosch is chipping away at Aaron Garcia's advantage, and the gap, which was 0.8 of a second, is down to less than 1/4 of a second now. So Outram in third, Martin Yellow in fourth, from Ferrat, Jocelyn, Ramacus, Robinson, Caranta, and Georges Nassar. Hugo Magnas finds himself in 11th, and Raoul van Tharden is doing a very tough run in the middle of the pack as well. So the race battles continue, but Garcia and Van Bad Bosch are going to be battling for the win. Ferrat tries to get on the inside of Martin Yellow. Martin Yellow slams the door in his face. And again, Ferrat tries to get stuck in. But Garcia and Van Bad Bosch are still resolutely together. Van Bad Bosch could get his first taste of the lead here. Garcia knows he's there. Over the line, into turn 1, they are together. Outram, Ferrat. Then it is Martin Yellow from Ramacus. Jocelyn, Robinson, Nassar, Magnas. Here we go. The gaggle's going to be very closely matched. Sacha Van Bad Bosch is going with Aaron Garcia. He wants to stretch away from Clement Outram. He does not want the Frenchman to even have a sniff of the victory. Macaulay Bishop sets the fastest lap of the race, having made a little bit of progress. But Macaulay Bishop is currently in 13th position. Battling side by side through turn 5. That is a little bit of a headache moment for the 29 of Gilles Caranta. The expert racing driver is going to dive on the inside and gets through on Hugo Magnas. And the door's left wide open as through goes Van Tharden, and Thibaut Ramacus tries to hold it round the outside. It's not going to pay off. So Ramacus has to fall into position behind Hugo Magnas. A lot of drivers we weren't expecting to be towards the front are making a play for it. Leo Robinson is now 7th. Georges Nassar is having a great race. What a run from the Lebanese driver in 8th position. Through to turn 1 on lap 5. 4 down, 10 to go. Sacha Van Bad Bosch is not going to make the overtake before he has to. He's just trying to stretch away from Clement Outram. The gap between him and the kart behind is about 9/10 of a second. As Garcia wants to lead going away, Van Bad Bosch is going to give him a lot of pressure. Through to the turn 5 hairpin. Garcia goes a little wide. That's going to compromise both drivers because Sacha Van Bad Bosch isn't going to make the overtaking move just yet. Down to the hairpin at turn 7. Garcia's getting a little bit agitated, trying to defend Sacha Van Bad Bosch into the apexes. You do kind of wonder, where is Sacha Van Bad Bosch going to make his ultimate bid? It's very early in the race, but if he's got more pace than Garcia, he may not want to sit behind him too long, because Clement Outram is going to be there for the taking as well. Garcia's struggling for overall grip. And Sacha Van Bad Bosch coming off the turn, out of the final corner and down the straight. What can Sacha Van Bad Bosch do this time? Is he going to make the overtaking move into turn 1? No, sits behind Garcia. What about 2? Still sits behind Garcia, still wants that gap. But Outram is catching them on the toe. So the slipstream is going his way. And that's not going to work well for Garcia and Van Bad Bosch. They want to get well clear. But Clement Outram is still giving them pressure. Leo Robinson sets the fastest lap of the race. And we've had an off further down the order. Couldn't quite make out who that was, losing about 8 or 9 positions. But certainly we've had someone come off the road. I think it's Sacha Avril and Vic Stevens that have gone off. They've both recovered, but Sacha Avril is the one that's lost the most time. So, Aaron Garcia from Sacha Van Bad Bosch. The gap between them opens up to 1/4 of a second. Adrien Ferrat gets up into 4th place ahead of Robinson, Jocelyn, Georges Nassar, who is now in 7th place in front of Hugo Martiniello. So impressed with Georges Nassar in this one. He really is giving it full guns blazing as he comes off the final turn in the toe of Henry Jocelyn. Sacha Van Bad Bosch is 1/4 of a second away. That's a retirement. That is Vic Stevens. He has to watch in the rest of this final, I'm afraid. So Vic Stevens joins Eloan Bien-Aimé and Oliver Stilp on the sidelines. Sacha Avril has fallen to the back of the field. So Leo Robinson has a lot of pressure now. He's got through past Adrien Ferrat into 4th place. So Leo Robinson, the Algerian, runs in front of the Spanish talent Adrien Ferrat. 6th is Jocelyn, then Nassar, Martiniello, Caranta, and Thibaut Ramacus from Raoul van Tharden. Although now Van Tharden has actually been overtaken by Macaulay Bishop. Bishop is up to 11th. Wasn't the best of starts in the end for Macaulay Bishop. He lost a few places, but he is gaining them back. The problem is that once he gets into the top 10, he's He's going to make up 4.5 seconds on these two. Aaron Garcia and Sacha Van Bosch are about to complete the half-distance lap. 7 done, 7 to go. Who is going to get the win? Still none the wiser. Garcia and Van Bosch, 1.2 ahead of Clement Outram. So Sacha Van Bosch is playing the smart game. Just sitting back, waiting for the gap to open up. And once it does, he can start to think about the race lead on about lap 13. I wouldn't really make a bid for it before then. Cahal Clark pops up to the top of the timesheets with a 104.8 for the Victory Lane karting team. It's going to be a very tough season between these two if this is anything to go by. Are we going to see more from Aaron Garcia across the rest of the season? Battling away with Sacha Van Bosch. It's certainly looking mighty close for him at this moment in time. So Aaron Garcia runs in front of Sacha Van Bosch. The MDC Racing Berala going very well at the top of the run at the moment. Here comes Leo Robinson running in fourth. Dueling away with Adrian Ferrer. Ferrer still looking for a way on the inside. Wasn't so long ago that these two were both racing against each other in Mini X30. So Robinson and Ferrer know each other's tricks of old. Is Ferrer going to go through? No, he's going to plant the car right in behind Leo Robinson's bumper and charge up to turn 2. No overtake. Henry Jocelyn is right there in 6th position. Having made good progress last year, now he is a top 5 regular. Through they come again, trying to close up on Clement Outram. Bishop bangs in another fastest lap, and that puts him into 10th place. And move on the inside. That is Caranta on Martiniello. So Jules Caranta gets into 7th place on Hugo Martiniello. Georges Nassar is there in 9th position, trying to hope for a manoeuvre or two of his own. But Jules Caranta is definitely making steady progress now. So, a tough battle in the offing for Garcia and Van Bosch. Here they are, still together, no change. So Van Bosch tucks in right behind the Spanish talent. What can Garcia do here to fend off from Sacha Van Bosch? Into lap 10 they go. 9 done, 5 to go. Clement Outram is not out of this yet in 3rd. And Robinson and Ferrer could strike if they get close enough. And judging by the close battles that we have seen from the competitors in Junior X30 so far, there is every chance of a strong move forward. So we could still see a very tight battle between these drivers. Robinson holding on in front of Adrian Ferrer for the moment. Down the back straight. And on the run to turn 7. Ferrer not close enough to launch on the inside of Robinson just yet. Plus, there's no major percentage in doing so. You lose a little bit of traction. The ultimate battle is the win. They don't just want 4th position. They want to go for the podium. So they've got to play the long game here. Just let the laps tick down. Start to pressure your opponent and see what happens. But Aaron Garcia is leading the race in fine style on the MDC Berala as they come on the main straight once again. Sacha Van Bosch is right there. Still less than a 10th between them at the line. Such is the rapidity and the speed of the two as they come through. Garcia sat in front of Van Bosch. Clement Outram is within a second. And Van Bosch again just, getting close to each other. Garcia runs out wide. Van Bosch running side by side. They bang wheels. And now Van Bosch is your leader. Garcia in second. So the Dutchman gets through with 4 to go. That has really tightened things up. Here comes Clement Outram. All of a sudden, a 2-man brawl has become a 5-couple. Garcia nudges Van Bosch and gets through. Outram comes through to try and get past. In a second he goes. Aaron Garcia into the lead of the race again. Robinson through to 3rd. Ferrer through to 4th. And in 5th place, it is Sacha Van Bosch. 6th position for Jocelyn. So now we're in for a ferocious battle to the death here. Aaron Garcia is going to have a lot of pressure from Clement Outram. A little bit of a dust up from Van Bosch as he runs through in 5th position. Outram is there in 2nd place. Is there going to be a tough run now as Outram works his magic on the inside? Comes Robinson. Outram nearly got round the outside there. Robinson through to 2nd. Ferrer through to 3rd. Garcia is parking it. Defending with 3 to go. Robinson gets alongside. Garcia slams the door shut. Here comes Ferrer. Ferrer's going to get into second. Outram to third. Outram round the outside. Into second. Excellent from Outram. It's not done yet. Robinson and Jocelyn go wheel to wheel. Sacha van Bosch might assist his teammate to move up. That's round the outside of Outram. That is a brilliant move from Adrian Ferrer. Ferrer is now all over the back of Aaron Garcia. Now he's going to get alongside. Garcia slams the door. Ferrer's through. Adrian Ferrer's through. Outram's through. Jocelyn's through. Adrian Ferrer takes the lead. And there's another Spanish star in town. Jocelyn now goes for Outram. Outram goes wide. And there goes Garcia. Robinson. And I think we're going to get to see Macaulay Bishop now make his bid on the inside line. As Ferrer leads from Jocelyn, Garcia and Robinson. Ferrer's still defending. Jocelyn over the back. How did he save that? Amazing from Jocelyn. Great reactions. So now round the outside of Garcia, Robinson is trying to get into the lead. He has to hang back in third. Ferrer is your leader. Garcia in second. Garcia swings the long way round of the hairpin to try and cut back in on the Mole Racing Tony Kart of Adrian Ferrer. He dives in on the inside and he's through. Ferrer runs wide. So Ferrer runs wide and now Robinson trying to get past as Garcia is holding it on the defensive line. Here comes Bishop now trying to get past. What a fight back this is from Macaulay Bishop into third. Make that second. What if Macaulay Bishop could steal this? He suddenly got himself into P2. Now he's going to try and take on Garcia. Here he goes. Bishop leads. 1 lap to go. And Macaulay Bishop is now in front. Here comes Garcia back for more. Last lap begins. Bishop holds it through turn 1. Garcia will come straight back at him. Bishop has got to be wide as a Buick now in lap 1. Here they come. Can Macaulay Bishop hold on to this? Round the outside comes Robinson. Garcia tucks in on Bishop. No, you don't. Oh, contact. Garcia and Robinson. Several karts spat out. Robinson is out of the race. Disaster for Leo Robinson. It's all gone wrong for Leo. As the race continues, Macaulay Bishop is going to have a clean run. He's out on his own. And surely now, Macaulay Bishop is about to take the impossible victory. Who would have thought Macaulay Bishop could get there? An absolutely astonishing battle. Sacha van Bosch has somehow got himself in his second in front of Jocelyn. But what a comeback. What a drive. What a race. Macaulay Bishop is going to win in Zuera. Oh my goodness. From the back of the grid in qualifying, Macaulay Bishop is victorious in Zuera. I cannot believe it. Macaulay Bishop was dead last on Friday. No qualifying time at all. And now Macaulay Bishop is the race winner of the most enthralling final you could have ever asked for in Zuera. How on earth did he just do that? That is quite phenomenal. Macaulay Bishop has gone from the back of the entire field to the victory. Astonishing. You dream about a result like that. When you go into the weekend dead last, you think, well, we may as well give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? It turns out they've won it all. Absolutely unbelievable. Macaulay Bishop takes the win from Sacha van Bosch and Henry Jocelyn. Adrian Ferrer is fourth from Raoul van Tharden, George Nassar, and a very unhappy Aaron Garcia. Hugo Martiniello in front of Clement Outram and Thibaut Ramakers. Hugo Magnas comes home 11th in front of Cahal Clark in 12th. Noah Montero and Daniel Dalakian. Cameron Pratt-Thompson and Colin Cronin. Then Jules Caranta is ahead of Mark Granada. Andrea Dupé crosses the line ahead of Hugo Marti. Then Sandro Perez ahead of Dylan Visser. Tiziano Cugnini and Matisse Messaoud. Bas Bedold and Raul Martinez from Morgan Moore. Hugo Latorre, Ben Smith, and a distraught Leo Robinson. Pedro Cachada was the last one home. Sasha Avril and Vic Stevens retired, as did Eloan Bianame and Oliver Stilp.